All right, everyone. It's me, Jeremy. It's 9/18/2024, and as we're all talking about, the Federal Reserve has cut rates. I get a lot of people asking me, "What does this mean?" It means the U.S. dollar is done. That has been the trend. That has been the objective of everything that has happened over the last, well, since its creation. If we're going to be honest, since its creation, the U.S. dollar was nothing more than a Ponzi scheme. It was a fiat fractional reserve banking, once it was taken off the gold standard and then it was backed by oil, it became even less valuable. And then it was just taken off oil here recently, guys, because Saudi Arabia joined BRICS, and BRICS is a public, they are on public record saying that it's all about de-dollarization. It is all about getting away from the dominance that the United States dollar had as the world reserve currency. So we're not going to give you a date that everything is going to go belly up. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to state this. From today forward, it is any given day. Any given day they can give you any kind of reason to go to war. You can have a catastrophic event happen. You could have alien invasions, whatever it is. I do not care anymore about predicting what scenario they are going to blame the final collapse of the dollar on. Everything that has happened by the people in power on both sides, for the US dollar and against the US dollar, both parties have been making decisions, one after the other, that intentionally devalue the purchasing power of the US dollar, including the United States government and including the Federal Reserve with what they just did in cutting rates today. Why would the United States destroy their own dollar? Well, why are they overprinting? Why are they donating all this money to other countries instead of focusing on their own infrastructure, their own people? Why are they not investing in themselves? Why are you bringing in a bunch of immigration to a country that you were already bleeding dry? Why? When are you guys going to start asking why? And stop getting mad at the people that have been trying to connect the dots for you, because we might not get the exact date right for you the first couple times we say, hey, this could be a very concerning scenario here. But you blame us and ignore everything that's actually happening right now. So we're going to recap one more time. Cryptocurrency, it is here. Trump just created a crypto platform. BRICS is coming right around the corner. They're all about de-dollarization. Saudi Arabia, the key to your whole petrodollar, joined BRICS. Russia, the sanctions, they just opened up crypto. What more do you guys need to see before you start really just facing the music? We don't know exactly when the US dollar is finally going to be as valuable as toilet paper. Remember what happened in Greece, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, where the paper bills were flooded the streets because they had absolutely no value. That's where you're headed. You can pay attention to the dinar, the Iraqi dinar. There are a lot of people that believe that when that reevaluation happens, that'll officially tank the US dollar. Will that be announced around BRICS? I don't know. I'm done trying to predict it. If you don't see it, you don't see it. If you still think everything's fine and you're okay paying your overinflated prices on everything in this world for cheap products, when you realize that right now things are cheaper than they have ever been to produce because of technology, cheaper, but yet you are paying more than you have ever paid for these items, but everything's fine, nothing going on, well, we're going to see over these next few months, leading into these next couple years, who will be laughing last. I am pretty confident in my decisions. I've prepared myself, I've prepared my temple, and I've prepared my family and my loved ones the best I can. I don't have all the answers. But what I'm done doing is acting like greedy, lying, manipulative, war-hungry people don't make the decisions for this society. And that those type of people, they don't play fair. So you want to keep trusting in them? Go right ahead. We're just random people on the internet trying to help you out. We're not asking for anything. Who's the bad guys?
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations be to the whole elect. Noah's in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is the Aki of Mahaloya, coming back with another lesson. Lord's will to be edifying. You see this guy here. Basically, was going into the fiat currency of this dollar, going into how this dollar is nothing but a debt note, it's a Ponzi scheme, and basically under the elites' orders of give me control of the nation's supply of money, I care not who writes its laws. Okay, I believe that was one of the Rockefellers or one of the Rothschilds that mentioned that. I don't know if it was Meyer Amschel Bauer or one of the other Rothschilds or Rockefellers, but the Rockefellers are just a American equivalent version of the Rothschilds. They just changed their name, but they're the same families. Okay, one was just over the American faction of the Illuminati, and then you had the ones that were over Europe, or what you would consider London or the UK or Switzerland. You know, but nonetheless, they're basically a handful of families that delegate the affairs of the earth structure, or the affairs of the earth, from policies, lawmakers to judges, politicians, presidents, you know, local communities, health departments. You know, they control it all, businesses, all this stuff. And basically, this guy was going into how the U.S. dollar is getting ready to collapse. And honestly speaking, shit, it can't happen quick enough. You know, as I was in doing my in transit just a little while ago, and I was getting into a rant, spiritual rant on how the Lord can't off this place soon enough, because enough is enough. You know, he mentioned like, hey, you know, don't be mad at the messenger. You shoot the messenger. We're just giving you the warning as to impending doom. But yet people oftentimes they want to shoot the messenger, you know, because they hate the message. Okay, we ain't the one that's making the dollar collapse. This is your wicked and corrupt system. And ultimately, it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that's prophesied in the scriptures. But I mean, you know, you get mad at us because we're giving you a message. Well, that's doom and gloom. Well, the fuck? This life has been nothing but doom and gloom. We're ready for a new life, a new rulership. You know, basically, you know, Kennedy got his head blown off because he went against the elite's orders. And then you had this guy, Nixon, which took the dollar off the gold standard, I believe in 1971. And from henceforth, your money has been pretty much toilet paper. Okay, he went into the whole Venezuelan currency, went into the Iraqi dollar, which I don't remember the name of the currency he mentioned because there's so many. But you got the Chinese yuan. Okay, you got the Mexican pesos, which $100 in Mexico, shit, you can do a lot because the pesos are being devalued. And what happened in Venezuela, a society and a country so rich in oil and mineral resources, but yet they can't even use their resources because Esau got them under the iron fist. Okay, because ultimately Esau harbors and controls all the resources, man. Okay, from the supply chains and to the oils to the minerals, the silver, the gold, the rubies, you know, the natural resources that make the earth goes around. But yet Esau is so wicked because he hoards these resources and he covered them into himself. But yet America, they have their own oil reserves that they don't even really tap into. Okay, I believe America got oil reserves up for the next 600 years that could be self-sustained. But instead, what they do, they go take other people's resources, and then they got what they call economic hitmen, which shows up at your border with the U.S. military and with the U.S. dollar, saying, well, look, take this dollar or we gonna take you, basically. So a lot of these countries have been forced to lie in bed with America to uphold the dollar, okay, trading petrol, which is the oil that you was only able to buy oil in U.S. dollars. But now BRICS nations, and you got Saudi Arabia that's basically saying, look, they want to be part of BRICS. And then Turkey as well, which is a heavy blow to NATO. Okay? So once that happens, hey, it's just a matter of time. Like, this dollar's a ticking time bomb. Okay? We always say inflation, soon to be hyperinflation. No coincidence that people are paying 20% more in rents. You got people that was paying $500, $600, $700, $800 in rent. Now rents are jumping up ridiculous prices. $2,000 for a freaking 1-bedroom apartment. Are you kidding me? You know? And this is why you have a lot of homelessness, a lot of people sleeping under bridges, people sleeping in their cars. You know, people are moved back at home with their families, renting out rooms just to make ends meet. And another thing too, people are buying these you call these mobile homes for a couple of $100 and they're going off the grid. You know, which at the end of the day, none of that shit is going to save you, man, okay? You can invest in a mobile home and all this other stuff. And this is why I have to get it brothers sometimes. Because, that's good if you got the money. That shit Esau is into, man. Look, you a Jake. You should be focused on the truth and putting your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now, if you got the money to buy a mobile camper, then fine. Shit, I ain't against it. Them motherfuckers are dope. But at the same time, like, Jake, we ain't in the time to be looking into shit like that, man, all right? The Lord gonna collapse this bitch, whether you get one of those or not, okay? And it don't matter if you get one of those. At the end of the day, you got to have the power to sustain it. You got to have the resources in order to operate it. And once this society goes down, things are going to come to abrupt standstill. And the only way you're going to be able to move around is if you get the RFID chip. So all this trying to escape the apocalypse shit and go off the grid, look, man, the scriptures say that the remnant of Jacob should be in the midst of people as a dew from the Lord, man. So a lot of us are going to be right here in these cities when all hell break loose. And that's the whole benefactor of having faith and being delivered, man. The miracles. I mean, shit, how the miracles going to come and play if you ain't around the chaotic shit? Not saying that, that's the most ideal thing, but in our situation, what else are we going to do? Well, I got to buy me a bunker. Fuck all that shit, bro. Like, dude, that's not having faith in the Lord. Now, I'm not saying be stupid and don't have any type of preparation and don't be mentally ready, okay? Because you got to be spiritually ready for all things. And if you got you a couple of coins, you toss some things to the side. Of course you do that. But for us to be looking into things to escape hell, man, look, the Lord ain't dealing with that shit. Believe. Yahweh Shai said it. He said, just believe, man. The Lord gonna take care of us. Sometimes you spend your hard-earned money. The Lord like, look, I'm gonna put you inside a fucking bunk. I'm gonna put you inside of a mobile trailer to be able to move around doing Jacob's trouble. However the Lord may see. But that shouldn't be your sole focus. Well, I gotta go get me a mobile home. Or I gotta find a bunker. That's bullshit, man. If you in that mindset, you ain't in the right spirit. Focus on the truth and let the Lord do the heavy lifting. Okay, the Most High let us know what we gotta do and how we gonna move. Just trust the process. All right. But in the meantime, this place is through. All right. So let's go to the book of Jeremiah 51. And I'm going to start at 7. And it reads, it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. Okay. Because the Lord is ultimately using this place to bring chaos around the world. He's using America, Babylon the Great, to bring the destruction. Okay. Because now all the nations are totally fed up with America. And they at the point now that they're done doing business with it. They say, well, look, we got military. We got nuclear artillery. We ain't being bullied by your weak ass military no more. We see what it is. We can do our own thing. And they're coming together to come against this place because all nations have one thing in common. They want to see this bitch burn. And hey, you know what? Good riddance to this place. Okay, if I had my way, this shit would have been out of here 100 years. This place would have been destroyed before I was even born. But, we had to suffer this hell and we had to get a taste of this bitter herb, man. We all had to drink down this cup. But we're at the end of it now. And any moment now, this shit can go down any freaking moment. And me personally, something big may happen before the elections. As we saw 2 days ago, with those attacks based on those pagers. And I'm trying to speak in code because you know how sensitive Esau gets when you mentioning things about those proxies, and I say it that way. But you had a major attack over there when it came to those Iranians and them small hats, man. Okay, so that's just one thing, and that came abrupt. But anyway, it says here, the nations have drunken of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, they pissed off because they bought into the philosophies. They bought into the evil, the wickedness, the trolliness of this place, man. Okay, I mean, it's to the point, you know, you go to work and you see people from different countries, woman wearing hijabs, but yet she got on pants. Like, wait a minute, how the hell you gonna be a modest whore? Like, either you with it or you ain't. You know, certain countries, women can't have pants on. That shit is banned because that's not the proper etiquette or attire of a damn woman. But they come to America and they're able to live out their sluttish fantasies, man, just to get a taste of the Babylonian juice. And hey, those nations ain't happy about that. You know, they're not happy about that. They have their own type of rules and setup. Anyway, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for our pain, if so she may be healed. This Babylon is talking about America, okay, aka Babylon the Great. America of the U to the S of A. Okay, that's what it's talking about. And this whole chapter is prophetic, because when this was written, ancient Babylon was not destroyed. Okay, and there's no record that ancient Babylon being destroyed by fire. But it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaching to the heavens, and she is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so those economic bailouts that they did, you know, like Obama, they bailing out the economy. We're gonna bail the economy out, $2 trillion here, $1 trillion there, 860 billion there. Put $1 trillion into the military, adding more to the deficit. And before you know it, it's going to get to the point that they can't pay it back. And I don't think they have any intention on paying it back, because the whole concept of establishing a dollar in the Federal Reserve was for it to corrupt anyway, because they wanted to collapse anyway, because they wanted to establish a fiat currency and also a digital token. Because when the dollar collapsed, they could say, well, from this point, we have no particular Federal Reserve notes, so we have to implement everybody under this one world strategy or this one world government, and we're using digital technology in a form of CHIPS in order to control everything, you know, delegate out affairs. So if you want a job, take the micro CHIP. You want a house, take the micro CHIP. You want to keep your vehicle, take the micro CHIP. You know, you want to have sex with a woman, take the micro CHIP. Okay, because this man is taxing everything. He's taxing the breath you breathe. He's taxing the sleep you sleep. Taxing the vehicle you drive, man. He's taxing you for walking down the street. Before you know it, you're going to have to pay a stipend and get inside your own damn apartment. Well, 25 credits to access your apartment. It's like, what kind of, I got to pay to go home now. And that's the type of world we live in, because we're dealing with a race of damn devils. And that's one thing that Jake don't understand. Jake don't believe that the so-called white man is the devil. Now, they may have some insight that, yeah, they're not a righteous race of people, but Jake always liked to individualize the devil instead of it being extolled to an entire nation. But let it be other Negroes, oh, they all evil in the sight of Jake. Okay, that's that hatred, you know. Anyway, this is the book of Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For that the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And it seems like it's tarrying. It seems like it's taking forever for the dollar to collapse. But in retrospect, the dollar is collapsing every day. Like, I mean, they said every 2 to 3 seconds, I believe a couple of $100,000 is being added to the deficit, to the point they can't pay it back. So all that BS Trump was talking about, oh, we're going to pay the debt off. Yeah, in what lifetime? All right. It's going to take 10 lifetimes to pay that shit off. And the fact about it is you can't pay it off quicker than it's adding. You're adding more debt to the debt than you can pay off quick enough, because every so many seconds debt is being added. Okay, look at the credit card debt. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. This is why they're giving people those Klarna Now apps. Okay, pay later. You know, you paying things in installments. because they need people to continue to use the credit, because if not, then the system would just collapse, because credit is what makes the system go around. Okay, this is a credit-based system. And credit is basically numbers on a keyboard or on a computer that don't exist. It's invisible currency, but yet it puts you in debt. Okay, so Edomites are maxing out their credit cards. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. This is why they're extending extra lines of credit, because they want you to use the shit. This is why if you don't use credit, you're considered having bad credit. And the average person, bad credit is like a boogeyman to them, because they can't get the material shit that they want. All right, but it says, behold, his soul which is in him, which is lifted. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right, going back to what I said earlier, we just gonna live by faith. All right, yeah, mobile homes are nice shit. Hey, if I can afford it, I will get one, but I can't afford no $285,000 mobile home. Even if the motherfucker was $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, what's the point of getting something like that when shit is finna hit the fan anyway? It's like, if you can get it, so be it. I'm not and I'm not shitting on it, but it's just the mindset. Like, where's the mind at? Are you having faith in the Lord, or are you just, or secretly, are you afraid? My faith is in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. If the Lord bless me to get something like that, then, hey, yeah, I'm all for it. But in the meantime, I'm not looking into that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to be delivered, however the Lord seems fit. All right? But it says here, yea, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but he gathereth to him all nations, and heapeth to him all people. Yeah, because like I mentioned earlier, all the resources are herded up by Esau. Okay, he sends his economic hitmen to put debt in your societies, and then he sets up puppet leaders, okay, to enforce their protocols, man. And if you ain't playing ball with them, then they'll have you fucking assassinated. Look at Venezuela. No way in hell Venezuela should be a third world country right now. Venezuela have more oil supply than the Middle East, man. That's why Esau took over this side of the world in the first place, because of the resources. And on top of that, the tribes were over here. But it was known to have gold and rubies over here, man. Okay, Esau knew that. That's why when you go down like to this, like a lot of parts, like you go down like to Atlantic, the parts of the Gulf of Mexico, those particular bodies of water, you got gold down there. Esau is down there getting gold, bro. They know. Ships was toppled over because it had so much gold on it. It couldn't contain the ship, so the fucking ship went down, because Esau was that greedy to the point he couldn't be patient and take trips over here back and forth, but he wanted it all for himself, like the devil he is. But it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, Salaki, it says, shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay, and that word clay is about it, which means debt. Okay? Thick debt. And the American economy is in debt, and they're not going to ever pay it back. You can forget about it. One last precept, and I ended Revelation, I think it's 6. And I'm going to start at verses 6 and 5. And it says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See that thou hurt not the oil and the wine, which the oil and the wine is this truth, man. Okay. A measure of wheat for a penny. Yeah, the inflation, hyperinflation, okay, because that penny goes into a denarius, which was a equivalent day's wage. Okay, like when you go into it here. Denarium, right? It says denarius containing 10, a Roman silver coin in a New Testament time. It took its name from being equal to 10 asses, increased to 16. It says it was a principal silver coin of the Roman Empire from the parable of laborers in the vineyard, and it was seen that a denarius was the ordinary pay for a day's wages. Okay, so that's that currency. And this modern day denarius, which is the US dollar, is getting ready to suffer the same damn fate, to the point you're gonna need 1,000 physical dollars to buy one loaf of bread. Just like they showed you during the time of the Weimar Republic. People was literally taking barrels of money and burning that shit out in the streets because the money was devalued. Okay, and they used it to keep warm and to basically use it for toilet paper. So all you jakes that got all this money stashed away somewhere, you better spend it now, or you better trade it in for precious metals. And even then, you trade it in for precious metals. I mean, the only thing you can really do at that point is barter. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if like, okay, I got some gold for your daughter. Like, what the fuck you gonna buy with the gold when there ain't shit out in the stores to buy? Things are gonna be completely in a standstill, man. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna end it. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you were edified. Until the next level.